I feel like I should just use my regular camera, but anyway, so it takes a couple seconds for it to go live.
I'm going to try to pull up my group here and see if I see us. Might take a minute or two. I'm going to try to pull up my group. Oh, I hear it.
That was my phone.
I have to make sure that I turn off the sound in the live so that we don't have an echo.
How come mine's not live in my group? Did I mess up?
Did you add yours?
Maybe
no, no, I didn't know I was supposed to. Like, I thought Kim adds it, but I guess not.
No.
How embarrassing.
Remember, you have to. You should be able to do it from this screen. Go to the top right. There's like a little add to your.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, just add it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Christina and Jerry Lynn are here. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Kim Mathiot, and this is a much anticipated event interviewing Abby Worthington and Rochell Schwab, right? Last name, did I pronounce that right?
Yep. Like Charles Schwab.
Like Charles Schwab.
No relation.
I just wanted to make sure I got right. Worthington, I think I can handle that. But I wasn't butchering anyone's name. So welcome tonight. We have a really great interview planned, a special guest, Abby and Rochell. And they're going to be talking about their 9-day digital product launch formula. And this is the digital product that they developed. We're going to be telling us all about it tonight. And I'm really excited because I've been stalking Rochell and Abby for a long time. And I think it's like been a mutual stalking.
Totally.
Oh my God. But I've been following these ladies for quite a while and very, very impressed with the product that they've came up with, and also just impressed with them in general. So I'm going to start this interview now. If you're here live, give us a hashtag live. If you're here live, if you're watching this on replay, give us a hashtag replay. This will be recorded and it will be in the group for forever probably. So you can always go back and watch it. And I think that you're in for a real treat tonight. So I hope my group can see this. If y'all are in my group, if you can see it.
I can check on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What is? I totally blanked on your group name for.
It's community.
Community builders. She's like, hold on. Community brand. No.
We're live. Yeah, we're good. We're in there.
All right. Awesome. Because I have it checked. I mean, I can see it here. All right. So if you're in my group, please let us know that you can see us, and we're going to get the interview started. So Abby and Rochell, tell everyone in this interview a little bit about yourselves, what your backgrounds are, and then what your most recent journey into this online space. I may not know a little bit about your backgrounds, but I know that you've also had kind of a kind of a winding journey to get where you are right now. So share a little bit about that, please.
Go, Abby, go. Abby's story is way more interesting.
Oh, geez. Okay, so how far back do you want me to go?
So I was born on
back to the very beginning. The very beginning of time. No, I'm kidding.
So I'll start with college.
I'll start with elementary.
No, but really, okay, so
I know where you went to college too.
I will make this as condensed as possible. When I was 17, I moved to Chicago to go to art school at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. And while I was there, the last couple of years, I realized that I needed to learn something that was like an income generating skill, because fine art Gotta love it. Most people, it's not an income generating skill, unfortunately. So I started teaching myself graphic design, and by the time I graduated, I was able to get a job in marketing and design. And for the last 18 years, that's what I've been doing. I've had some positions that are just graphic design, some positions that are just marketing. And then about 12 years ago, I ended up at a company where I was doing all of their affiliate marketing for them in house. So, like, I was doing all the email marketing, I was managing all the social, and like 6 to 8 bloggers, and kind of all of the strategy for getting their affiliate links out there. And in the process, launching contests and digital products and all that. And so through my journey, I've worked for a number of companies, large companies as well as small companies, and um, created and launched a variety of digital products from low ticket to like $2,000 like high ticket stuff. So that leads us to now. I didn't tell the baby story, which Rochelle always wants me to tell, but we can maybe we'll land on that later.
Tell what story?
The baby
story.
Oh, the baby story is so good.
Oh yes, yes.
And the baby came out.
Oh, that was a I love it. I love it. I love it.
That was
you can't make that. You can't plan that stuff, right?
Yes. Oh my God, that's good. My turn. Gosh, I'm so boring.
You are not boring at all.
I am. Okay, so I didn't go to okay, so I was in and out of college because nobody ever told me like, hey, you should go to college, like in my family, even though I was the smartest one apparently, because my mom says it all the time. But I knew like, hey, everyone's going to college. This is the 80s. We gotta get a degree. So I'd go, but I hated it, and I'd drop out, and then I'd go back because I'm like, oh, I can't just work this job. I need a degree. So I would go in and out and in and out and in and out of college, seriously, like for years. And I just never liked school. Like I was good at school. I got good grades. I just never liked school. So I felt like I should have done something with my entrepreneurial spirit a long time ago, but not really having a direction and knowing like, how would I do that? So I've always dabbled in all these MLMs, like the list is long, because always looking for something, something like, okay, just go to work. Then what do you do? I need to have something fun and be around people. So, I'm married, I have a son, and my whole life was my kid, right? He was my only son. And now he was getting older, 18, 19. I'm like, now what do I do? Like, I have nothing. It sounds stupid, I know. Like, no, I have no like purpose. Like he was like my whole world, right? I did everything for him. My life was centered around him. So then I found affiliate marketing one day on the TikTok. And the reason I found it is because my son told me to go on TikTok, because at that time I had an e-commerce store and I was making t-shirts and hoodies. And it did well, like for a little bit. But then I had this website and I was like, how come nobody's going to my website? And if I knew Abby, she would say, well, because you need marketing. And I had no idea what that was. So, and then to be honest, it wasn't my passion. I liked doing it because I made money. And then I just ended up throwing everything on Poshmark. And I even made more money on Poshmark because Poshmark was I was a Posh ambassador. Yeah, it was good. So it was all over there. So anyways, affiliate marketing in August, it didn't go very well for me in the beginning. I was super lost, and along with a lot of other people. And then I met Abby in PIB. We're in PIB together. And that's how this friendship formed. She was like super nice, and she was so helpful to me. And I made other friends like with Steph and Derek, and we're all still really good friends, and we talk and we always help each other. And that kind of, and then I got laid off in April, and Abby got laid off in April. We both got laid off. We were like, oh, Yeah,
got laid off, and 5 days later, Rochelle was, guess what?
That's crazy, right?
I know. And I wasn't surprised that I got laid off because it was kind of what I was asking for. Because I couldn't stand going to work because I just, even though the people were nice and the salary was great, like I just was dragging myself to go there every day. And all I could think about was my affiliate marketing career.
Yeah.
I want to post content. I want to talk to people. I want to be, building up my Facebook group. It was like consuming. And I'm like, this is weird. I've never had this overwhelming obsession with something. And then like, I was like, I don't care. Like, I remember a coworker said, what if they catch you? And I'm like, catch me doing what? On TikTok? Right. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Right. You can't be on social media on my lunch hour?
I know.
I hope they do find it.
Somebody finds out, right?
I know. Oh my God, someone's gonna know. So here we are.
What great stories. Well, I can relate to both of your stories, actually. So Abby and I, we've shared our story. I actually lived in Chicago for 22 years, and I did not go to art school at where Abby went to art school, but I did go to art school and became an art teacher. And I feel the same way that you do, Rochelle, about, I like in the 2 years since I started affiliate marketing up until now, it was passionate. I was all I could do is I thought about it 24/7, and I'd be at my 9 to 5 and just be like, can I get home and do this? Or can I just stop doing that and do this? So I completely can relate to it. Okay. So let's talk about your project. Let's talk about, kind of give us the, maybe the 10,000 foot view of what this is. And then talk a little bit about why you decided to collaborate on this.
Abby's killing me right now.
I'm dying. I'm sorry.
How about you just hold it like a phone?
No, because
be like, hey.
Is it your camera?
It's my tripod is like having a connection.
We got a comment from Christina. She says Abby is nice and always helpful.
Isn't she? Abby is the most helpful person. She literally goes out of her way to help you. You just ask some little question. You're like, hey, can you tell me how to make this little thing in System.io? It's kind of crooked. And then she'd be like, oh, let's get on a Zoom. And I'd be like, really? She's like, yeah, let me show you. And then she would just spend an hour with me showing me how to do something.
That's what's so great about people in this business is that they're just so, eager to help and help other people too.
And even though she helped me do it, like I still don't remember how to do it though. Because you know how you do something once?
Right.
If you don't keep doing it like weekly or every other week, you just kind of forget about how to do System.io because there's so many things in it that you can utilize. And yeah, it was no bueno. So, okay, your question was the 10,000 foot view on the 9-day digital product launch formula.
Yep.
So I always wanted to create like my own product, like not like, physical product, a downloadable product. So I bought this blueprint. I don't even remember what it was called. Basically, it was a guide and it was supposed to take you through how to start creating your own digital products. And it was a 25-day guide. And then I got it. And then I thought, I'm just going to speak frank. I thought it was horrible. I can't remember if I paid $47. Did I pay $47 for it? It was $47 because I'm a firm believer in like, listen, pay for something that you're interested in doing. And then you can learn from it, make it better, whatever that may be. Right. So I thought, okay, I'm going to learn from this, how to make this digital product. And it was like, literally, like not to be mean, but it was really bad. It was literally thrown together haphazardly, no like love and genuine, like wanting it to look nice so people can kind of move from day to day and really have an understanding of how it worked. It was just like day 1, do this, day 2, and it was 25 days. It doesn't take 25 days to make a digital product. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It might take me 5 days to actually make the product, but I don't think it would, depending on your Canva skills. And Abby's exceptional at Canva skills. I've learned so much from her. So I showed it to Abby and she was like, oh my God, this is so much better.
What for this, right?
She's like, what the what?
Yeah, well, Rochelle was like, I have questions. I was like, well, I can understand why.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like, she's not exaggerating.
No.
I mean, I think that the creator even said it took her like 6 hours.
And
Like,
she's charging $47 for this and is probably cleaning up, right? On something that she spent 6 hours on. So
yeah. So anyway, so we were talking about it, and Rochelle's like, well, what we need to make some digital products. We need to make digital products. And I was like, well, let's remake this better. And that's pretty much how it started. And then
she came up with the idea, let's make this better. Me, I was just like, let's make a digital product. And she's like, oh no, let's just do this to teach people how to do it, right? Because there's a market for that.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people selling digital products.
Yes.
But like stay-at-home moms and things like that, maybe they don't have like the skills, or where do I start? What's a niche? Some people don't even know.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's what we really noticed. It wasn't like I was just like, oh, this is bad, like, let's do it better. It was like Rochelle was in some groups and we were looking on TikTok, and like people were like genuinely asking, who had purchased not just this one but the other ones, like, well, how do I find my niche? How do I know who my ideal customer is? How do I make content? Like, and like what do I make content about? And and so we really we knew that there were holes, right? We knew that there were definitely holes. There may be other people out there who are filling them, but I haven't found them yet.
Me either.
And we really go in depth with the actual content, as well as with the workbook. Like, if you leave without a full understanding of like what your niche is, I will help you. because it's really, I'm sorry, I'm just like having tech difficulties today.
It's okay, those things happen.
My life is difficult. I am difficult today.
And you can still make digital products.
So we knew, but like, I have a tendency to like, I think, well, maybe I'll just wait for the next question. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna.
I do want to add something though.
Yes, please do.
Is the guides that we had purchased, Kim, did not one of them go over what kind of content to post, how to post it, what you should say, how do you get on TikTok. Ours has like a complete calendar with ideas, like today, talk about your product. Today, tell people about your niche. Today, do it behind the scenes. Today, show a quick tip. Like, we have a whole calendar on what to do, and we help you with your content. Nobody even went through that at all.
Absolutely. And they're all frameworks. Like, all of the content is frameworks. So it's like, show a win using your product, or so it's not like niche specific. You can use the frameworks for any niche, and like create content out of it. So we really went into detail with that. And then people were like, I don't even know how to launch. And so we have like literally 2 weeks, day by day. You need to do these 5 or 6 things, like make these 3 pieces of content, go live, send this kind of email, like create buzz and all of that stuff, which nobody else has. So
we should have made $1 million already, because it's so damn awesome. Like,
and you're just getting started. But I have to say, having seen the early stages of this product, and then I learned so much from reading and seeing literally the care that you put into the love. You mentioned the love that you put into this.
She did.
And it's just, I think it's the most complete thing out there. Like, I've not seen anyone address this topic in the depth that you have. And it's just, yeah, you should be making $1 million. I completely agree. Because
I'm gonna use that on our testimonials.
there you go. But I'm inspired myself after reading your guide to create my own digital product, and a lot of the things that I want to do, I got the idea to do it from you. And I would, the whole thing for me would be creating a guide on creating content, from A to Z, but it would, it definitely gave me a lot of guidance to, and confidence too, because of how you laid out, the chapters and
Well, thank you.
very, very, no, I mean, I'm serious. I was blown away by what I saw.
Thank you so much.
So when you decided to put this project together, I think you kind of touched on it earlier, but were there things that you absolutely had to have, like the content? You mentioned the content, but were there things that you felt were so important that you could not leave them out? And were there some things that you said, yeah, we can do without that? So kind of speak to that a little bit.
So personally, I felt my one absolute directive was any questions that we find that are a theme, we are addressing those.
Yep.
We are filling those gaps no matter what. If we found questions on something, we did that. And then we also had a friend of mine, Carrie, who had purchased some of these, who was literally, she purchased the same one that Rochell did. And she's like, I literally tried to go step by step and I couldn't make it work. And then, so she went through and said, hey, this is the question I have here. What, and fill this out. So the whole, most of the branding, the visual branding was entirely from her saying, I want to understand more how to choose colors. Can you throw in, I went in and I went through color, basic color theory, right? Mm-hmm. And how to choose colors for your branding and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is really, even if you don't want to create digital products, you can use everything else from this to really fill in your branding for anything.
Yeah.
Any company that you have, because it truly is, we have in the workbook, there's pulling out brand messaging, figuring out your brand story, your mission, your vision, your values, visual branding, and then how to market. So organically, at least we don't go into paid marketing, but and then I think once we got started, I realized that the workbook really is essential, and we're actually rethinking how we have everything. We currently have it as a bundle, and then two, you can buy the workbook or the 12 or the 9-day separately, but we're probably just going to make it the one thing, because it seems to be the best. They really go hand in hand. If you really want to figure this stuff out, so the workbook really comes from, and this was really important to me as somebody who's worked with a lot of companies, small and large, who don't have clear brand messaging or clear branding at all. How can we, I've spent years trying to put together questions that actually pull out what people don't realize they're thinking. Mm-hmm. So that was really what I tried to do without being overwhelming. But there are things on brand messaging, there's 7 or 8 pages in the workbook, and it's not a crazy amount, but it's enough to get you thinking to a point where you really, my hope is that you really have an understanding of what you want your brand personality to be, what you want
100%
to be, and how you want to show yourself to the world, and have that to come back to anytime something happens and you're ooh, I don't know how I should react to this. Somebody's saying something crappy about your product or something like that, and you really want to clap back, and you're you know what? is not in my values to do that. I'm trying to make it like this a good experience, like stuff like that. So
Right.
So those are the things that I really felt were important, and I really tried to make sure that we were covering things that I see a lot of people missing in their branding, that are really essential, but people don't realize, because people just think of branding as visual branding a lot of the time.
Exactly right.
I did.
Logos, colors.
Yeah.
They don't think of it, they don't see it as messaging or values in your value proposition in the market.
Yeah.
Because that's, as you said, Abby, you have to, what do you want people to know you for? And what's your legacy? Like, what do you want people to remember you for? That's the other thing. Like, you don't want them to remember you for, being a jerk, right? You want to be remembered as someone who's got integrity and honesty and is easy to deal with and makes a difference, right? And I think that's important.
Yeah. And so we're hoping that over time our messaging will get out there, and the people who hopefully the people who are struggling will find us. And we in addition to you looking at it, we had some other people looking at it, and we're currently offering this for like a ridiculously low price. So because we want to help those people who are like we're in that stage and already spent money, to like actually get the clarity that they need. So hopefully we'll reach them, and
it should be hundreds of dollars.
It should be. I was very impressed with the amount of work that went into it. And I was thinking, oh my God, this is something that I've seen, other people charging hundreds of dollars for.
Yeah.
And getting it. So, there's a lot of really substantive
words. You know what I mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Some good stuff.
Anyway, but yeah. All right. So moving on. So talk about the process that you went through, because I know with the market research, there's a process to, not just creating the product, but I know you went through quite a process, the promo cycle, all of that stuff. You did a lot of that. And in fact, you're kind of still doing it, right? So talk a little bit about what that process looks like for those people who are out there who are thinking about creating their own digital product. What does that look like? How does, and what should it look like, right? Because I think a lot of people just want to say, oh, I'm just going to throw something out there. But talk a little bit about why that isn't a good idea.
So, full transparency, we didn't fully approach this the way that I recommend doing it. And
don't do as I do as I say, right?
yeah, and you will find it much easier than I did if you do as I say and not as I do. But I think the original, what we originally intended to create, the scope changed once we realized, because we, instead of doing market research before we started, I kind of started building it, which I don't recommend doing. And so the scope kind of changed once we realized the level of questions that were out there and what we needed to address. So something that we thought was going to take like 1, maybe 2 weeks ended up taking 8. And literally me working full time on it. So the launch process, so the 9-day digital product launch formula is everything you need to do pre-launch, right? And then the last chapter is how you start to launch. So, so the process is so you want to do your market research and make sure you have your niche, your avatar, your problem that you're going to solve, and what you're going to make before anything else. So that means that you need to make sure that you have researched that the problem that you are going to solve is a viable problem in the market that enough people are looking to solve, right? Okay. From there, make sure that your branding is solid. Don't go out into the world without knowing what your mission or vision is, because you'll be all over the place with your messaging.
Wow, that's so true. Wow.
Yeah. And then once you have those two things in place, build the thing. And maybe your first product isn't anything huge. It's like a printable of, I don't know, cleaning hacks or something like that. And it's not a huge thing, but it's, it's launching. You have all of that background stuff done so that you can build on that, right? Without having to like redefine everything every time you want to add to it. So have an idea of what your main business goals are going to be before you really build the thing, right? Or launch.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just think, oh, I'm going to make this product, this digital product, because I think it's cool. And then they don't do any research, and they don't even have any clue about answer the public or anything like that. Like, is what I'm making solving a problem? Is there a need for it? Let me go research that. Because you in your mind, you're thinking, oh, it's great. I totally like this. And my mom told me it was good. So I'm just going to build out this whole thing. And then you pop it up or you start promoting it and nobody wants it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to work backwards.
Yeah. And I mean, to add to that, I would say that even if you do all the research, there are going to be times where something you put into the world just doesn't hit the right spot for people. That's part of the entrepreneurial journey. So I hesitate to say, like, just because you do all this means it's definitely going to be
for sure.
But
exactly right. Yeah.
But doing all this greatly reduces the risk that you're taking, right? So it's you're ensuring that you're solving a problem that people actually want answered. And it doesn't have to be a huge problem. Think about, like, this is one of my favorite examples. Parents who want their kids to spend less time looking at screens, right? How do you get them away from screens? So many parents have this issue. So say you have gone through this, you have figured out solutions, you've figured out activities that actually keep your kids engaged and away from screens without constantly whining about when they get screen time next.
Yeah.
Create a mini course. Maybe because the activities are interactive, you want to create videos to show how they're done, or you create an ebook, and that is solving a problem that people are actively looking to figure out how to do.
I know I was.
Yeah. I already am. I have a 3-year-old.
I had two teenage daughters. Both of them were, holed up in their rooms looking on their phones nonstop, 24/7. And
I'm like, I still do that sometimes.
Well, when I ended up
market research
Wi-Fi, and then it impacted me. So
right, yeah. So you don't have to, and that's part of what the worksheets in the workbook do, is they like help you niche down. They help you figure out what you're good at, what you're interested in, what you have to offer. So don't think, oh, I have to answer this huge problem, right? It could be a little everyday problem that you have figured out the answer to, and a lot of other people are trying to figure out the answer to. And the other thing I want to say, and this is slightly tangential, is that if there are other people in the market addressing the problem that you're addressing, that's not a bad thing.
Right.
Because that's showing that there is a need for it.
Right.
So like everybody's going to resonate with different people, want to buy different products for different reasons from different people. So you don't want it something that's like oversaturated, like planners, like digital planners you can't.
Oh my God, there's pages and pages of them on Etsy.
Yeah, you have to really niche down too, like to the point where you got like 2 people that would want that planner.
I know, but so like just be aware of like the level of other people like answering the question out there. But it's not a bad thing that somebody else is doing it, and it shows there's a need. And if you're only able to find 1 or 2 other people are doing it, but you can see that they are doing it successfully, Like you either have proof because they have a large group who's engaging, or they have followers engaging on their socials, or even you reach out to them and just ask them. Like that implies that it's an unsaturated market that may need that you could be useful in. So don't take other people in that space as a negative. Competition is good. Competition helps people level up. So
it helps you improve too, because you see what other people are doing, and it's something that you can adapt your product to as well, and then fit your product into the gap, whatever they're not doing.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. Rochelle, do you have anything to add to that?
No. I already forgot the question. I was looking at comments over here going, what did this say?
So what is so I think we kind of touched on this earlier before we went live. So what is for both of you, like what was one of the takeaways, not necessarily skill wise or your R&D or whatever it was in bringing this product to market? What was something that you took away personally from the process that was really valuable, that just really kind of was like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top? What was that for you, for both of you?
I would say it was, you know how when you want to do something that you've never done before, and then because you don't know how to do it exactly, like you don't have instructions. It's not like, okay, I'm going to buy the dresser from IKEA. It's going to come with instructions and I can put it together. This didn't come with instructions. Like me and Abby just figured it out. But of course, Abby had a lot of expertise, but it was being able to have this idea, see in the market that there was a need for it and we were interested in doing it, and then actually being able to figure it out and put it together and, hit those bumps and not give up. Like, oh my God, I don't even want to do this anymore. It's too overwhelming, because I've done that before. Like, I just can't do this anymore. Maybe I'm not meant to do it. And that's the wrong attitude to have. It's when you keep pushing through is when this greatness can happen, when you're finally done and you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't give up. Imagine if I would have given up, we wouldn't see this wonderful thing that we have now and that other people are liking.
Yes.
So that was it for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
That you kept going.
So I would say there's a few things. I'm sorry. I'm like the sun is like setting, so my lighting is getting a little funky. So I think a few things were my takeaways from this. Number one, I need to have a scope and a deadline, which I always do when I have clients, but I didn't do with myself. And that is something that I definitely need for me. The other thing that I think was really valuable is, Rochelle and I had been talking for a while about potentially working on some things together, and business relationships can get real funky, but we really work well together, and like we're able to be honest and not take it personally most of the time. And I get
most of the time.
Most of the time.
Well, whenever it does get hurt, like whenever that happens, it's because we're doing it via text and we don't actually get on the phone.
Yeah.
That messes everything up, right?
Yeah, texts are. I get teary though, because not for a bad reason, but because I'm happy that this has been so fruitful and we still like each other at the end of it.
Abby is very easygoing. She doesn't ever really take anything. I would say that I'm the kind of person that takes things more to heart, like someone's trying to do that, but it's not. She's just trying to talk to me and be like, hey, let's, talk about this. And what do you think about that? And instead of holding it in, like I've learned how to just say what I want to say. And then she just runs with it. And she's like, okay, yeah, sure. Sounds good. Let's not do that then. Let's kind of, pivot over here and change that. She's just very open and honest. And I think that comes from her background in marketing and and working with companies and, you know, brands, small and large. So she knows how to really have a conversation and not like take things personal. It's not like, why did you pick green? It's so ugly. Okay, well, let's just pick another color. It's not a problem. Because I remember when we were first doing it, remember, Abby, the colors? We tried to like integrate our colors to our branding colors together. And I was like, it looks too purple. Can you make it more pink? And she's like, okay. And we were literally on like a Zoom call with the thing in the background. She's like, okay, let me change it. Does this look good? How about this? Do you like it like this? What about these little gold things? And I'm like, oh yeah, I love the gold things. So she was very like, no problem. Let's just change the color.
Yeah.
And that's how good things happen, right? It's not, you can't bring your ego. You can't bring, you can't bring that, I don't know, whatever that is, you know, like I'm right and you're wrong. You have to be able to compromise, but also, you know, just say, hey, okay, no problem. You know, it's not to die on, right? It's not, this is not a big deal. This big.
Right.
And one thing I do want to add was that, I don't know if y'all have seen the product. I mean, and we should really put it up here. I think that would be great. But it's beautiful. I mean, and not only is it helpful, it's a beautiful looking product. And that was the other thing that I was blown away by was it's just a really, really beautiful product too.
The colors are amazing.
They are.
Every time I try and do it, it like does something weird.
You have to,
and because Abby knows about colors and what colors complement each other, like that whole color wheel is a real thing.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
We were really able to.
It is a real thing, yes.
It's a real thing. But some people, I remember learning about that color wheel somewhere. I can't remember where I first saw it. I think it was maybe when I was working for JCPenney's, and I worked in the home decorating department because I loved to decorate. And I think that's where I saw that color wheel.
What is going on? I'm trying to share my screen.
That's on. It's there.
It's there.
Oh, it's just being weird. Okay. I was also gonna just point out that Rochelle likes to say that I did all the work on this, but like her point about like pivoting, like she brought so many good like ideas that I wasn't thinking about to the table. And she's like, well, what about this? And I'm like, you know what? This is what we should be doing, not what I was doing, you know? So like, it's not like she was very good. She's still, I know she's a humble one and she doesn't think that she is, but she did a lot of market research that was a significant influence on like what it actually shaped out to be. So I can't see either of you, but that's that.
Thank you.
So yeah, and let's touch on that a little bit in terms of market research. What exactly? I think I asked you about this, Abby, a couple of weeks ago. But what exactly did you do? Because I know sometimes they say, "Oh, you should do surveys, you should do focus groups, you should do, you know, like."
We didn't do any of that.
You know, go and ask 500 people what their opinion is on something. You know.
So,
But what did you do that you felt was that really
an
worked?
old version of, I'm sorry, this is not the current version. I'm like, what are all these dead spaces? Okay.
That was kind of like the draft.
That was a draft, yeah.
The draft that we were exchanging back and forth, and then you put in the videos. Yeah. Which, mind you guys, there are videos in here that teach you how to set up your system.
Right.
The other ones never had that.
And bonus.
And bonuses.
Yeah, and bonuses.
I did market research where we went out on TikTok and I looked at other people selling digital products, and I would watch lives because there were people that doing lives, and I looked at the questions that people were asking after they had bought the products. I was in a Facebook group because I bought that product that we first talked about up here. And the questions were just all the same. Everybody was struggling with the same thing. And then it was important for me and Abby to make sure that we had a Facebook group so that after people spent, you know, $67 or $97 when they bought like the bundle, that even if they had questions, they could go to the Facebook group and we would help them. the other groups that I were part of, there were like hundreds of people in there that were all lost. And then the person who created the product and sold it wasn't even in there helping everybody, but instead was now charging for coaching, get on a one-on-one call with me so I can help you find your niche. And I just felt like, well, if you kind of delved in deeper into your knowledge and direct people how to find it,
right,
what to do and brainstorm, hence the workbook, then maybe they wouldn't have that problem. But there are some people who will still read it and go, okay, I'm still stuck. We know there's still some people like that.
Absolutely.
Right, but that's a good point.
How the market research was done.
That's a good point because Rochell and I talked about this, and we really we wanted it to not be something that like we would be taking advantage by like funneling people into an upsell because we didn't provide enough information. Now that doesn't mean that we're not going to have higher ticket offers in the future, but like for people who want one-on-one help or any of that stuff. But if our intention is that you get this and you, from beginner to like first product launch, you understand what you're doing. Yeah. Now, like as you get more advanced, you may need more help. But like we're not trying to like leave you with not quite enough information. Like the intention is to give you the full and robust knowledge that you need to actually build this. And then the other thing I was gonna just step back and hit on with market research is it's gonna depend on your audience size. So Kim, you have a larger audience than we do, right? So we didn't really have the opportunity to do a survey. I mean, we could have tried, but it probably would have been fruitless. But because we had access and the opportunity to like see what people who were actually purchasing other stuff were asking and saying, that's like, to me, that's the best market research because it's unbiased. We're not going out and asking them specific questions that can lead them in a certain direction. It is like actually them being honest and asking instead of giving feedback, right? So there's other ways to do that, and surveys are a great way to do that as well. So, but like surveys can sometimes people can feel like, oh, I don't want to offend the person, or So there's, but ideally you do a bunch of these things, right? We also did obviously keyword research, and
there you go. We can't hear you, Abby.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, we can hear you, but it sounds
You sound like Vecna.
Like who?
Did you ever watch Stranger Things?
Yes.
Vecna, the monster that like.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like really gravelly.
Yes.
I think it might be your internet connection, maybe.
It probably is.
You just keep sounding like Vecna.
Vecna.
I'll leave and come back.
Yeah, leave and come back.
Yeah, because you were fine up until about what, like a minute
or
two. Yeah, that because she was fine just up until.
I was waiting for somebody to say something in the comments, so I was trying to jump in the comments and be like, Abby, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't get into the comments. I can't comment here. Oh, I can do private chat.
No, so what you do is click on comments.
Yep.
And then if you want to bring up a question that somebody has asked, you click on their name. There's like a little plus sign, and then their comment comes up on the screen.
Yep.
But you can't actually type a comment.
I can't.
You have to do it from your phone.
Yep.
Or that's how I was doing it.
Yep. And Keisha said she showed up just in time for the
I know. Yeah, Keisha. I thought it was only on my end. Oh my, I know, because then nobody was saying anything. So I thought, was it just me? But then I looked at Kim and I was like, she's waiting to interject.
Yeah, and no. It's still not there. I wonder.
Is there like maybe a headphones or something plugged in somewhere or near? Maybe
It sounds like
now my voice is sounding like that.
is it the feed itself is corrupted? Because this just started happening.
Ooh. Did you hear it with your voice?
No. Is my voice doing it too?
It kind of did it in the beginning of your sentence. Can you guys hear us? Okay, talk, Abby. Maybe it went away. Oh, it sounds worse. It's okay. I think we only have like one more question, right?
Yeah, we have one more question. So, so I guess we'll start wrapping this up here. So if folks want to purchase the 9-day digital project formula, where do they go?
Oh, Trisha said you sound fine. Oh, you sound fine, not Abby. They can go to either our Facebook groups and we can give people links, or you can go to our Stan store. So you type in the search bar here where you see Abby's name where it says stan.store/she goes digital.
Yes.
I wish I could, hey, maybe I could drop it in the comments. But if I drop it in the comments, Abby, can everybody see it?
You should be able to. If you do it from your phone, you should be able to.
I can't hear you. Okay. Hold on.
Abby, you were fine up until like 3 minutes ago.
Okay. Like, there you go. I dropped it in the comments. And then it's an instant download. You just click on it. You can read all about it. You can pay for it right there, and you get a digital download. Then you'll get emails from me and Abby directing you to our Facebook group. Super simple.
And can you share the price?
The price is $97. Oh,
and that's for the whole package.
That's for the whole package. That's for the guide and the workbook.
Awesome. I think that's a bargain. That's a bargain, folks. That it's for what you'll get out of this product.
Oh my God, yes.
It's a bargain. And there you go, right there. Go to their Stan store. And you get a 10% discount.
Oh, there you go.
Sweet, nice.
There you go. Ooh, I guess you can't see it. Oh, that's when you click on that link there. This is what will pop up. And then when it asks you for the code, you'll get a 10% off. If you're in this live, it's Kim10. Oh,
Thank
Kim,
you.
You have a coupon code named after you. Oh, Abby, talk now. Say something.
Hi.
Oh, no, it's good.
She's back.
Yay.
Yay.
Hopefully that'll last for a hot minute. I did nothing.
It was maybe it's just like something with the internet. Thanks, Angie. Angie says it's a really good bargain.
Yes.
Angie did
Angie. So how can folks find you in your Facebook groups? What's next for Abby and Rochell? Is this kind of like this is it, or are we gonna see more from you?
We have like 5 bazillion ideas rolling around right now. And so I think that both of us are like spending a little bit time concentrating on our individual businesses, and Rochell has another thing going on that she's building out. And then we're going to revisit, but there probably will be some new things, just kind of updates in the next few weeks. So
yeah, and we still go on our other TikToks, which is Rochell Goes Digital and Abby Goes Digital, where we go live and we answer questions, and of course we post content like you normally would.
Yeah, I go live every day on both of my accounts. Well, I try to on both of my accounts. So
Trisha says she's curious. Go check it out, sister, and just peruse around.
So does anybody have questions? Trisha, are you curious about, you have a question, or are you curious about the product itself? If anyone has questions, go ahead. Yeah, anyone?
We'll be happy to help.
If
answer.
anyone wants to know something gross that just like completely pushes this live over the edge, one of my toenails just fell off.
Oh my God, stop it. Let me see. Just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Trisha says she's curious about the product. Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
You should get it.
You should get it because
especially-
Trisha is creating Trisha's creating a planner.
Yeah, Trisha has a wonderful planner, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful planner. It's really beautifully done. She put a lot of time and effort into a lot of research.
Well, there's that. Angie. So Trisha, with the product, you get from beginning to end how to create your own digital product, and more specifically, how to create a digital product business. We even go over how to set up your business, how to find your niche, how to find your avatar, to a little bit on creating your products, setting up your systems. It literally will take you from step 1 to step 10, and you're ready to go, and you can do it in about 9 days. You can probably do it faster. Right, Abby?
You can do it faster. You can do it slower. The 9 day is really like if you have 3 to 4 hours a day that you can dedicate it to it. That's approximately what you can do. But it just gives you, gives you an idea. And the workbook too. Did you say the workbook? Did I miss the workbook, Rochelle?
What?
Did you mention the workbook also comes with it?
Yes, the workbook comes with it, which will help you brainstorm ideas. Because if you're anything like me, when we start talking about a niche and finding your ideal customer, your ideal client, this workbook will take you along that journey and help you figure that out. So we did sell them separately, but we are going to probably after today, we're putting it together. They're just going to come together.
Yeah.
Because you're going to really need it.
I think having the workbook is essential, right? I mean, that's really going to help people because then that makes your thinking visible, and as you're going through it, as opposed to, people are reluctant to do stuff like that, I think, because, I know I've read so many books where it says, now take the time to journal on this. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But but you do get a lot more out of it if you do take that.
You do. Step. And I'm like you, Kim, I used to think that workbook stuff was like, what is that? But I want to tell you something, show you something. Abby, she sent me this book, B. Oh, no, it's blurry. I don't know why.
One of my favorite
books. It came with this workbook. And let me tell you, I thought, I'm not going to use that workbook. Well, guess what? While I'm reading the book, she references the workbook and how to figure out your brand pillars and things like that. And I'm like, where's the workbook? I need that. I need it so that I can write in it and figure this out, like your vision and a new way to lead. It goes over like your fears, and this book is amazing. So like without this, like the book is just, it's not enough.
Yeah.
You'll be taking notes on a piece of paper somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that book is phenomenal, and I agree. The workbook is essential. Yeah. I have it on Kindle. I don't have it. I don't have like the physical book, but I think maybe I need to get it because I need to get the workbook.
Thanks, Abby.
You're welcome.
And because I read this book, I recommend it to Bethany, and Bethany has it too.
That's awesome. I flip Rochelle's opinions on a lot of things.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
I was like, I don't need that. That's dumb. And she's like, oh, no, let me explain. And then I was like, oh, yeah, maybe you're right. She opens my eyes to a lot of things.
If you get the bundle, it does include the workbook. Yes, that is what the bundle is, both the workbook and the thing. And that is the only thing that we have the 10% off discount on. So you may as well go for it because
did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Andrew is asking who the author is. It's Jessica
Zweig.
Zweig. Zweig.
I think it's Zweig, or I don't think it's not Zweig. It's Zweig.
It's Zweig, yeah.
Okay. It's a really good book.
She's from Chicago too.
Yeah. I actually
she knows her.
I don't know her.
Yes, you do. Just go with it.
Have you met her?
I haven't met her. I was a fan of her way back in the day.
I thought you met her.
No, I did work for her.
That's like, well, kind of the same.
Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna. So Angie says I think it's a great idea, very affordable, obviously great value. I've got customers who will be interested. I just wanted to say, Angie, that I know that you have one of the courses that comes with master resale rights, and this is a great companion to that because all of those systems that are built out in that can be used for these products, right? Like, so we use StanStore and System.io in this, but with those trainings, you don't really need StanStore. You can can do it just with System.io. So
yeah, because System.io has the same, basically the same thing that StanStore does. It's just
and I did
set it up as a landing page, basically, just like, the thing I like about StanStore is that it's easy if you're a beginner to sell.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I'm saying that with the courses that have the MRR, those all have at their base like really extensive System.io training. So it's a good pairing. So, but
it is.
Yeah. But that is why we went with StanStore too, is it's very beginner friendly. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Well, no? I think that's it. I mean, if nobody else has any questions, I'm sure that you will be getting follow-up questions as people have the opportunity to watch this on replay. I'm sure you're going to get more people coming to you with questions, and I will continue to, like, if somebody asks me too, how do I get in touch with Abby and Rochell, I will definitely send them your way.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to us, send us a DM, and we will be happy to help you answer any questions you may have about what is in the guide and so forth. And then you get access to our Facebook group and we can help you there as well. And thank you, Kim, for interviewing us. We really appreciate you having us and taking the time to chat with us and talk about our little venture.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you for being here. It's I'm glad that I was able to host you, and I think this is a real benefit for my group because I know that there's folks out there who want to create a digital product, and this is going to help them for going forward, and also hopefully will make you guys some money, and that's what the whole thing is. And I hope to come on into your groups too at some point.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yes, we're going to interview you. I want to interview all about TikTok.
I'll tell you what I know.
Okay.
So that fits into like the bottom of this glass because it changes on a daily basis.
I know.
Well, and Angie's saying that like she uses Stan because it's TikTok friendly, but now a few people have gotten their accounts banned for putting StanStore, and
I don't understand what's going on.
Who knows?
It's just
right, Angie.
It's TikTok. It's just there's no sense. It does not make sense. None of it does.
But that's why it's good to use TikTok for what it's good for. But like me and Abby, like we bring people into our groups where we can talk to them and nurture them and build relationships and connections with people and not just be like, here, buy something.
Right.
So So make sure you're using other platforms to grow your business.
Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, another important thing that is in this is how to use a lead magnet to build your email list.
Mm-hmm.
Which is essential when you have places like TikTok where you never know if you're going to have your account tomorrow. You need an email account. Yep. You don't need to start with one, but build one. And it's not hard if you have a good lead magnet that is relevant to your offer, has actionable steps that will provide quick wins for people. Those are the three main things your lead magnet needs to do. Be relevant to your offer, actionable steps, quick wins.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I like that a lot. That's great advice.
Can you send me that? Can you type that out? Text me that. Okay. I like that.
Just put it on your Facebook group, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah. Well, thank you so much. Despite all of my tech issues and
It worked
functional
out.
body issues, I really appreciate this. So
Well, thank you so much. And everybody, if you want to get in touch with Abby and Rochelle, please do. And for anyone who's watching this on replay, thank you. Thank you also for
Thank
watching.
you.
All right, everybody.
One more thing.
Abby's got one more thing.
I'm sorry, one more thing. This discount code is good through Sunday. But if you're watching this in the forever future, just tag me and we'll get you the 10% off. So
Yeah.
So it's good through Sunday, but if they want to get an additional 10% off going past Sunday, they can just message you.
You know what? I could probably just take the limitation off. I'll just take the limitation off.
Well, I mean,
because they have to watch this to see it, to get it. So
yeah,
we'll know where they came from.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Jumped in at the last minute. We're about to sign off, but thank you for coming.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.